Hey, everybody, and welcome to Superhero Speak. I'm your host, Dave.
And I'm Don, wondering why we didn't get a voice this show. We were going
Get a
to
what?
a voice.
Including-
You've been doing your.
Oh,
I'm your host, Dave. I'm doing a pirate right now. I'm your host, Dave.
I was up late last night for work, and I'm tired.
I see.
So maybe next show. Well, I'll have to. I'm gonna have to come up with a voice now every show. See how that works.
Good luck.
So, let's see. Oh yeah, we're gonna be talking about Marvel news and rumors tonight. Nothing much has happened since we last got together, and of course, Peacemakers comes out on Thursdays. But yeah, we've got a little bit of X-Men news. We've got some brand new day news, and some rumors about Doomsday. So we shall see if any of that
Oh
pans
my God!
out.
There's rumors about Doomsday. Oh man, what a day!
There's nothing but rumors about Doomsday, and yet everyone,
Yeah.
every time something comes out, everyone's like, "Oh my God, does this mean this? Is this the end of the world?"
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna make it a quick one tonight. I think we'll see. I say that, and then
Unless we get some breaking news, we're on chair watch.
Yes.
So last time it happened while we were recording, so maybe we can catch it in real time.
Maybe we can, or maybe we'll get breaking news like alien craft landed at the White House. They met Trump and then they left. I don't know. We'll see.
Or any member of Congress, of
the government. Yeah. All right. But all that being said, how are you, sir? Anything new and exciting in your life since Sunday?
I mean, nothing new and exciting in my life, but there has been some exciting things, I guess, depending on who you are, such as it's been a while since anyone cared about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. So to remedy that, they announced their engagement in the most public way humanly possible. So I guess do we meld or do we do the name meld now with the Benifer? I think trailer, I guess. Travis Taylor trailer. I guess
trash.
There you go.
That's probably why no one has done it. Oh,
right. So there's that.
Does
Cracker Barrel. Go ahead.
Before we get to Cracker Barrel, does anyone care about two rich people getting engaged? And here's the thing: like we had talked about this. I had heard about this, and I think we talked about it on the podcast years ago. That their relationship was actually fake. It was a PR. It was a PR firm stunt to raise their values, and obviously, I guess that's not true if they're getting engaged. But given Taylor Swift's track record with men, do you think A, they're actually going to get married, and B, if they do get married, they'll be married long?
Yeah, I think they'll get married. Absolutely. Why not? They're rich. It's a reason to party for a couple days, take a trip, stay together long. In general, it's a tough time of that happening. So yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be a long one. Not at all.
Yeah, me either. And you were going to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't exciting for me, but exciting for some people out there.
Oh, it's all over the news.
Cracker Barrel.
Oh my God.
Pissed off people. And you would never think by just taking like an old dude sitting next to a barrel off your logo, there would somehow be a reason to attack, your restaurant.
They took the cracker out of the Cracker Barrel.
But no, there's plenty of reasons to hate on Cracker Barrel. First of all, like their food's not that good. It's expensive. I actually worked there. I washed dishes, so I know like they cook their pancakes on the same griddle that they do their bacon, which is just weird to me. But outside of that, forget the food. they fucking make you wait in a line for the most part, pay your bill in a candy and toy store that your kids just fucking run around and ask for shit as you're trying to pay, for the meal that you could barely afford anyway. So there's lots of reasons to hate on Cracker Barrel, but removing the cracker next to the barrel from the logo, I mean, because it was, that was probably just a money saving, like, no, we just didn't want to print it
No.
anymore. Just,
Well, here's the funny thing. It's not a money saving thing. They spent it was a ridiculous amount of money with a PR firm to redesign their logo, and that's what the PR firm came up with. And I can't remember. I'm going to say it was $3 million that they paid for that redesign, and it's like that's all they did was take the guy in the barrel off and make the name bigger, and yeah, and it's like, wow. But the funny thing is, like, because I did follow the story, not because I care, but just because it was like weird. First off, when they made the announcement, their stock market price dropped like dramatically. I think it was like 40 or 60% on the announcement of the logo redesign. And they were also, the other thing they were doing, and I kind of, this is the thing I did disagree with. They were like changing the inside of the store and getting rid of the tchotchkes and all on the walls and making it more generic, like all restaurants. And like, I don't, that, like, you got to have a personality, I think, to attract people. I mean, look at what a lot of restaurants we grew up on have done over the years. They become more and more generic. It reminds me of Demolition Man, and all restaurants are Taco Bell. Like, I feel like that's where we're headed.
Franchise wars,
yeah. But the funny thing is, though, they do this, they kind of doubled down on it. They weren't going to apologize. They gave a non-apology, and then Trump made a weird comment about it, and on social media or something. I don't remember the whole that whole part of the story, because I didn't realize he had made a comment until I heard afterwards. So yesterday it was announced they're going back. Uncle Herschel is the name of the character, by the way, on the on the sign. They announced, no, right, we're not changing it. We're going to stick with the logo. And with that announcement, their stock price went back up. It's like, it's a weird world we live in.
Don't mess with your familiarity, though, man. Like,
there is a thing in, like, marketing. I can't remember what the term is, but it's basically like the idea of these businesses that have been around for a long time and popular for a long time. They have like loyal fan bases, and people go to them just because they're there, right? Just because they exist and have been around. And your loyal fan base, and you know what? It's funny because this happens in comics, TV shows, and whatnot. You make a change because you think, oh, this is going to improve our business, improve whatever, and you piss off your loyal fans.
Yeah.
So you end up hurting yourself in the long run. I mean, I haven't been to a Cracker Barrel in a few years. So I'm not like a loyal fan that goes to Cracker Barrel all the time. But I do wonder, are the people that were like, I'm not going to go anymore, and even with them changing it back, are they still not going to go? Like, I'm curious if it's done, or if there's going to be more fallout. Because people got to have their cracker.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, so that's my week, Dave. How about yours?
That was your couple of days. Okay. Yeah, pretty much the same for me. I know I've been saying that I've been real busy at work, and the stuff that I was working on got deployed into production last night. That's why I was up late. And so hopefully that means I won't be as busy and stressed out at work, at least for the next couple of weeks. We shall see. But yeah, and that's it since Sunday. Still going to the Renaissance Fair this weekend, so that'll be fun. And then I think I told you we're dropping stuff off to her son on Sunday. So I know I'm not going to be home till later. And yeah, that's all I got going. I'm old and boring.
Well,
But let's
going to
do
Renaissance Fair. It's not that boring.
no. I mean, it's
Are you going to be drinking from your Spider-Man cup that you got at Comic-Con?
I took it with me last time I went to the fair.
I see.
And I will tell you that it was very nice because it does keep your drink cold. Because of the metal that it's made out of.
Yeah.
If you put something cold in it, it stays cold. And I probably will take it with me, but it is their 45th anniversary at the PA Ren Fair, and they have an anniversary mug, and you can pre-buy it online. And I bought that, so we'll see. When I might not walk around with it because I think it's glass. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell from the picture if it's glass or plastic. If it's plastic, I'll walk around with it and I won't care. But if it's glass, I probably will put it in my bag and keep it there till I go home because I'm a klutz as well. So we shall see. All right, what box office numbers? So looks like let's refresh here. Let's talk Fantastic Four first. They are currently, as of this stream, at 491.9 million, so 492 million worldwide. I'm wondering if they will break 500 this week.
Is it still in the theaters?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is still in the theaters. Remember,
it's going up so incremental, though. It's not going to hit that 5.
No, you don't think so?
No.
It's 8 million. I don't know. Tell all your friends to go. And Superman is. I think this is about where. I think maybe. What did we say it was? Do you remember on Sunday?
No, it was 600 something. But that's
it's 606 million. I think it was like 605. So point something. So it's like 606.099 at this point. So yeah. I mean, that's the funny thing is that it is still in the theater, but it's also on streaming right now. So I'm going to guess that's where it's going to end. So, hello, Travis. So yeah, that's those movies. I don't know what's coming out next that we care about. Something coming out at the holidays this year that we care about, or no?
I don't really think so.
Wow, Marvel, step up your game, or Star
Maybe
Wars.
No, not Mandalorian, Grogu.
Yeah, no.
I swear, I think Ahsoka season 2 is like the next Star Wars thing. Yeah, we might be coming up on a holiday dry spell.
We're gonna have a dry. Oh man, gonna have to go to a chick flick with the girlfriend. Ugh. All right. Well, speaking of things that leave a bad taste in your mouth, here's our good friend Darth Don to tell you where you can find more superhero speak.
Darth Don here. You must subscribe to Superhero Speak if you haven't already. And if you have already, make another account and subscribe again. You also will like this video. And while you're on the HoloNet, go to superheroespeak.com. Find the links to our merch and purchase one of our shirts. Don't skimp on the shipping, or else I will trap you in a box with an agitated gundog named Brie Larson. I would just force lightning you, but We don't have that in the effects budget. Now, back to the show.
So I have a question. When we go to New York, are you going to walk around with a hood on and tell people you must subscribe to the podcast? You must subscribe to the podcast.
It's possible, though. I wanted to get like a better setup, so that may be difficult. Really trying to do a Balin Skull cosplay-ish. But even if I get a better robe or something, I don't know. Because right there is just my trench coat and like a, like a hoodie. It's very scrappy, as they would say, very low tech.
So, what was I going to say?
Oh.
No, I like Travis's take here. While inflation affects grosses, Phase 1 did have 2 box office disappointments leading to Avengers, with Thor and Captain America and Avengers still killed. That is true. Like, not every MCU movie has been a massive hit. Like, we act like it's just slowing down now, but yeah, they've had misses. All right.
Mhm.
Speaking of Marvel, and of course the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. This is one why I kind of like wanted to talk about this stuff tonight. So Michael Mando, who plays Mac Gargan, aka Scorpion in the franchise, he is going to be one of the villains in Brand New Day. This is confirmed. Started a internet flurry rumor that Venom, or at least the symbiote, is going to be in Brand New Day, because on his social media, he released a picture of Scorpion from Amazing Spider-Man. I don't remember what issue it is, but it's like 1999. Remember, there was a period in the comics where Scorpion had the symbiote, and he was a version of Venom. So that's the cover that he put on his social media, which has everyone going in a tizzy on the internet. In fact, I watched a video on YouTube where they were saying it was like a matter of fact that, like, oh yeah, Venom's going to be in this movie, and it looks like Scorpion will have him first, and then Spidey will. And it's like, what are you're basing that on a picture?
Yeah, that is a lot of inference.
Yeah. So like, okay. Okay, yeah, I think you're right, Travis. I think it was the Marvel Knights run. God, it was 25 years ago. Anyway, I feel old. My question to you, and we talked about this already, but do you think they're going to do the symbiote in the MCU after they just ended the Venom movies over at Sony?
Yeah, I do. Because remember, I am a believer that after Secret Wars, we're going to reboot to a X-Men centric MCU universe. Now, I believe that Spider-Man, well, maybe not Spider-Man, but the Avengers and shit will be there. Fantastic Four, but we're absolutely going to at least start off focusing on the X-Men now. So this is kind of their last gasp, their last opportunity to do a bunch of crazy shit from the comics, which, since they're going with the big multiversal Secret Wars saga, they can actually do that and somewhat make sense. So I absolutely would see, and Venom, despite everything I hate about that movie trilogy, is somewhat popular, particularly with the kids. Like, my now 11-year-old daughter she loves the Venom trilogy. Then, despite I guess I didn't sit her down and point out why she shouldn't like it, because I'm not going to do that. But anyway, I digress. So I think it's going to happen. And when you talk about the Mac Gargan Venom, I always think of, my first thought was the Dark Avengers run, where Mac Gargan had the Venom symbiote look just like Black Peter Parker Spider-Man, but was in the Dark Avengers.
Yeah.
and they play around with that already, and they've got a character that could maybe bring that team together. I don't know, but yeah, I think that all sounds plausible because they got to do a bunch of crazy shit before they reboot.
Travis has a good point here. Venom 3 and No Way Home both end at the Statue of Liberty. It's where Venom wanted to go, and where Peter lost everything. I could see it going there to find Eddie and finding Peter. Like, yeah, I mean that is a way to tie it in and make it work. Yeah, and yes, there was a piece of the symbiote that was left behind in that whole like weird crossover thing, which does have people going, well, why did they do that? It was a weird thing that they threw in, where in one movie he was in New York or in 616, and then all of a sudden he got pulled back to his universe, and there was like no explanation for it other than leaving that little piece of the symbiote behind. I mean, it's funny because I always think back to Spider-Man 3, the original trilogy, and how Sam Raimi did not want to do Venom, and Sony pushed him to do it because he's like, everyone likes Venom. He's a popular character, and we want to like those movies were already killing it. They made a lot of money, and I feel like Spider-Man 3 gets a lot of crap for the quality, and I think the quality suffered because Sony forced them to do it, right?
I don't disagree with that, but I will say, as a non-Spider-Man fan, I mean, obviously I went to see all the Spider-Man movies, comic book movie. But I got to tell you, I liking Venom, was very excited about Venom being in the third one. And even from the first movie, it was like, okay, when's Venom coming? So they had a reason to kind of push him to do that. It sucks that he didn't want to do that on his own. But I'm just saying, for Spider-Man layman, we did want Venom, though.
But I have said from the beginning they needed to like lay the groundwork, like have it go over a couple movies, and they could have made it work that way. But I'm bringing that up because we were talking the last time we got together about the weird studio interference, and I do feel like that this is something they might push. I mean, Travis is making a good point. Like, they can make it work with what they set up, but I don't know if it takes away from any other story that they're trying to tell, where all of a sudden they're shoehorning Black Spidey and Venomized Spidey into this movie. So I think there were a lot of plans that fell apart due to timing and even the pandemic switching release dates. Yes, unfortunately, I do think that we've talked about that a lot. The pandemic hurt a lot of things.
Marvel likes to Venomize stuff, man.
Yes, they do.
You should see all the pops and shit.
Look. You know that I have a good friend who is an artist who has worked for Marvel and DC, and he goes to a lot of conventions, and he makes Venomized versions of a lot of characters, and they sell. Those prints sell really well because people like it. I'm not saying people don't like it. It's a difficult story to make it work, like, because we're never going to get the true. He gets the black suit in the Secret Wars, comes back, and then you find out it's an alien, and then ends up screwing over Eddie Brock because Eddie had fake pictures, and so now Eddie wants revenge, and Petey gets rid of the symbiote, and it finds Eddie, and they team up and become like, it's a long, complicated story that you can't do in one movie. You'd have to do it over a few movies to make it work, but you have to go in with that as a plan, and I don't think they've ever thought that through. So we'll see. Yeah, maybe we'll get Venomized Scorpion. Like, that's another thing. We're not even just going to get straight up Scorpion. Like, at some point, it'll be Venomized. It's like,
Venomized.
Okay.
You get a Venom. You get a Venom. Everybody gets a Venom.
The other thing that came out, this is also not confirmed, but a lot of people, a couple places have reported on this. We know that uh, Bernthal, Bernthal,
Bernthal, yeah.
is going to be the Punisher in the movie, and they're saying that he has a very big role in the movie, like much bigger than other MCU characters that have guest or cameoed in different movies. Like he's a big part of the story. So they're saying Punisher fans should be excited about this. I don't know. Should it be a Spider-Man movie? Like, because then I said I'd love a great standalone Spidey movie that was just the story of Peter fighting, Scorpion. Like that, we could just do that. But I don't know. You excited for, because we're not going to get, it's going to be PG-13, so we're not going to get the ultra violent Punisher in a PG-13 movie. But I don't know. You want to see Frank Castle beating up some bad guys and killing some thugs?
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy his take, like not even the violence, because I'm not like a violence guy,
Right?
but just his takes to some of the superheroes I enjoy. And we've been talking about being more responsible with the budgets on these superhero films so that you don't have to make $500 million to be successful. And I think that the Punisher character with that actor John Bernthal is a pretty sweet spot right now, because he's not a major star. He's only been in Marvel shows. Either way, he's cheap. He's not Robert Downey Jr., right? But it's also a popular character that I think there is interest in. So it makes sense to me that you'd say, okay, let's have this guy that's cheaper than most, that is popular, be the the focal point here. We'll save some money and you should get a good gig out of it. So I'm into it.
Yeah. It should be interesting. We shall see. Oh, I'm tired of the bots.
Plus, he's a popular character, in the Marvel Rivals game, with his turret. Like, there's Punisher love. So before he gets, starts charging too much, they're gonna get him in there.
Travis has also made another good point here. The symbiote staying in the MCU undoes Strange's spell, as it likely knows who Peter is, causing an incursion to remain. Eddie being pulled into Battle World to resolve it would make sense. Yeah. You're making this work. You're upsetting me there. I think Strange was used poorly in No Way Home. Yes. Feeling purely like a plot device. Hopefully they learned from that. We'll see. We'll see. We make that complaint a lot when characters are plot devices.
Yeah.
What was the movie we just said that one of the characters felt like a plot device? I don't remember. See, because it's not memorable.
Right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if it's true or not. Again, a lot of these things that I'm talking about here are rumors, so we'll have to see where it goes. Because here's the other one, and this is purely speculation, but there was a tweet from somebody who claims to have inside information about Doomsday, who said, and I quote, "Fate of the entire multiverse hangs in the balance, and two of the main teams have tension with each other because the leaders are still trying to sort out the Mantle debacle and then add the OG to the mix." So obviously that's what the tweet says. And this is one of the quote unquote Marvel insiders who tweeted this. But of course, that has led to speculation of people saying, no, well, they're talking about the Avengers, and you got the new Avengers versus Sam's Avenger team that he's putting together. And they're fighting out, well, who's really the Avengers and who's really in charge, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, then he threw OG into the mix. Then they're going, does that mean the original Avengers are coming back? Which we have talked about that. Like, well, you got Robert Downey Jr. right there. He can play a dual role. You know, he could play Tony from one universe and Doctor Doom from another. It's
Chris
rumored that
Evans can be Hydra Cap and regular Cap.
So, and of course, you know, they point out, well, Black Widow's dead and Hawkeye's retired, but that, like, again, if it's the multiverse, it doesn't mean anything. Here's
Also
the thing.
comic books, so death doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. But here's the thing, and this is something that I rally against a lot. Is I get it, like, not rally against, probably isn't the right word, but like I have hesitation on is like, this should be in some way trying to set up the future of the MCU, like Doomsday and Secret Wars should be what's weaving together the future of the MCU, and to bring back all the characters from the original Avengers, because you're going to sit in there and this is what it is. The bean counters are going, well, those movies did really well, so if we just bring all those characters back, everyone will go see this movie. Which isn't necessarily true, but you're just going to bring them back for one movie and then no one's going to care after that, or it's just going to be a hodgepodge mess, or they're just going to be in like a real quick cameo scene. Like, again, I hope that's not what the tweet means, and I really hope that, like, this is just internet speculation, but I think if they do it, it'll be a mess. But what do you think? Would you want to see the OG Avengers from another universe coming and fighting with the two new teams?
Either that, or just because the time travel in this universe is crazy and consistent, so we could get to like the end of Secret Wars, and Emperor God Doom is about to win, and then all of a sudden, out of some portal comes the OG Avengers, maybe with Franklin or Reed Richards or whatever, and they stop Doctor Doom. I guess we have a very different opinion here of what's going to happen post Secret Wars, because I really think this isn't going to lead into anything but a universe reboot. And so I think they are, like, kind of like I said with the Venomized Mac Gargan, they gotta kind of throw spaghetti at the wall and see how much of it sticks at this point. And I do believe they are correct in their assumption that if you put like the OG Avengers, aka the ones that people actually care about, into a movie, I do think that's going to boost it a little bit. Now, like you said, is it going to be a cameo? What's it going to be? I don't know. Although I don't know, it would be kind of cool if they just, like, after all this time, the OG Avengers just come out of some fucking time portal, save the day. That'd be kind of cool in my eyes. So I
Like
again,
in the
where the board is erased, they're gonna do all sorts of shit.
like an Endgame, one of those portals opens up.
Yeah.
They
on
walk
your left.
out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand, because you love the X-Men more than you love life itself.
Exactly.
But again, I still feel like it's a gamble to completely reboot the universe and go full X-Men going forward, just because it's not like we didn't have 20 years of X-Men movies already,
Yeah, but that's the black leather trend, black leather X-Men. We want.
I'm not saying I'm not saying you're completely wrong, but I don't think it'll just be an X-Men centric universe. I don't think Spider-Man's going anywhere. I don't think the Fantastic Four are going anywhere. Like, you know, I don't know about the Avengers. Like, that part of it might be done, at least for a while. But I don't think, they didn't just bring Pedro Pascal in to do a couple movies. And they'll introduce the Fantastic Four to do a couple movies, and that's it. And then they didn't, people are still digging Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and I do think he's contracted for at least 2 more. So he's going to be after No Way Home. So
boy, but did you see in that like little trailer of his or whatever where he had the suit on without the mask? He's like, "Oh, let's go." Man, he's not gonna be able to pull off, Peter Parker much longer. That dude is getting like a whole ass grown man jaw.
He is right. He's growing. Like he's in college now. Like it makes sense. Time's moving forward. It's how the world works. Like I don't have an issue with him getting older. That's that happened in the comics. I don't like the keep him a teenager forever aspect of Spider-Man. Like, yeah, he grew up and got married in the comics, and in one timeline had a daughter. So like, yeah, I'm okay with that. He's, again, I'm pretty sure they're planning to do another trilogy, or another, total 3 movies plus the others. That was another thing. He's definitely in Doomsday. Because it was rumored, but someone said they confirmed it. I don't remember which outlet said it was, that he left the set of Brand New Day for a couple days to go film some stuff for Doomsday. So, yeah, I guess we're entering the day phase of the MCU. I just realized that Doomsday, Brand New Day.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. Let's see real quick. Travis said, and this is Cap versus Magneto. The original Secret Wars, Magneto has tension with Cap because he protects human life, not mutant life. I guess I'm Cap and you're Magneto.
Hell yeah.
And
Magneto is right.
Travis says, while it's nothing, ? If you look at the wide shot image of the cast chairs, there's a fire sign above Johnny Storm and a set of golden set lights above Mackie.
Oh man.
Mickanel. Oh yeah, chairs. Cap and Cap and Magneto. Yeah.
That is meta. Is that really true?
Yeah. There's a couple. Actually, there's a couple things. There's like 2 other things that were pointed out. Like,
oh,
and we're going back to the days where everything means something. So, but I mean, you see like the fire extinguisher above Johnny's chair. You kind of feel like they did that on purpose. So the lights probably mean something as well. Yeah. So we shall see. It's it'll be interesting. Because of the X-Men. The last thing we're going to talk about, Jake Shriver, who is going to be helming the X-Men movie for the MCU and was the director of the Thunderbolts / New Avengers, has confirmed that I guess pre-production has begun on the X-Men movie. So they are working on it. It is coming. How excited were you when you saw this, Don? Did your body tingle from head to toe? Did you have an orgasm right then and there? What was going through your head?
Well, that would be properly referred to as a nerdgasm.
Yes.
But sadly, no. I mean, this is going to be a long process. We still, like I said, we're still in the day phase of the MCU. So, I mean, they're working on it. They started production, but some people measure production in different ways. So I don't know the significance of this other than they're working on it, which is exciting. Yes, it is. just not nerdgasm level,
I
not
think
quite there yet.
right at this point, that means they're probably working on a script idea. Would be my
Yeah.
guess. You need a script before you can. I hope. Okay, let me rephrase that. I hope that's what they're doing. Is they're working on the script at this point, because we've talked about this before. There is a belief that for a lot of these movies, they go into them without a script, just an idea and the beats they want to hit, and they kind of like work on it as they're filming, which works sometimes, and other times it's a big flop,
Yeah.
as it were. So you shouldn't be improving your universe. That's my advice to them. So yeah, like, okay, all right. So let's say that's what they're doing. They're workshopping script ideas,
Mm-hmm.
knowing what we already got from all of the previous X-Men movies and the where we are with the MCU. What do you think an X-Men movie looks like, and what do you want to see in the first MCU X-Men movie?
What I want to see in the first MCU X-Men movie is a beginning montage, somewhere probably around 15 minutes, maybe less, highlighting how the X-Men started. I think we can lean on everybody's previous knowledge of the comics and the movies to fill in the blanks, but I would at least like them to see the original team, maybe even facing Magneto again. Maybe it's a 10-15 minute sequence where they kind of just takes you through that, and then we go to a more giant sized X-Men roster. So we got Cyclops, Jean Grey, Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, of course Colossus, Beast. I think they do need to get to that era. Maybe even the X-Men Volume 2, which is the highest selling comic, is more reflective in the animated series back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I guess I do want to see the original team, but I realize that that's not the most popular version of the X-Men.
Okay.
Not my most popular. Like I do like the giant size team, so I want to see that. Of course, that includes Colossus. So,
all right.
I'm
Well,
biased, I think.
let's say, because here's the thing, right? Like, I think it's been proven, even in the MCU, that if you have too many characters on a team, it's tough to tell a good story, right? I believe the Eternals proved that they introduced too many characters, and there wasn't enough like focusing on one character to tell a good cohesive story. That being said, let's set the roster at 5.
At 5 for an
Yeah.
X-Men movie.
Who are the 5 X-Men you want on your team? Well, the original team was
Okay.
5, right? So that's why. Yeah.
Right. So when you say 5, do Magneto and Xavier count in those 5?
No. We'll just say the
Okay.
5 active team members are going out and doing stuff.
Then I'm gonna go with the original 5 then. Because I do think you can have a good movie and it just be the original 5 X-Men.
So Angel, Beast,
Cyclops, Iceman, Marvel Girl.
Yeah.
And I think in that movie, Magneto and Xavier have to take kind of top billing there, followed closely by Cyclops and Jean Grey. So, in that scenario, as it was kind of in the comics, when X-Men gets really, really good, I don't know, it's like Jean Grey and Cyclops are always involved. So I kind of it's kind of my 1A and 1B when it comes to like head X-Men characters. It's like it's Xavier, Magneto, Jean Grey, and Cyclops because of their whole history and love, and everybody else kind of comes in and supports their story. I'm not saying I always want to be it like that, but I'm just dealing with reality. X-Men are a soap opera, and Cyclops and Jean Grey sprinkling Wolverine. That's like the greatest soap opera ever.
Okay. All right. I'm glad that you know what? I would like to see that too, I think. And I'm glad you didn't say Wolverine. I think, well, number one, I don't think Hugh Jackman's going to continue on as Wolverine, so they'd have to recast him anyway. But regardless of that, I think we could take a break from him for a little bit and concentrate on some of the other dozens and dozens of X-Men that have been there for the years that, don't ever get the light of day. So yeah, this will, I mean, tell a good, like, in the beginning type story too, I think. But we'll see. They're going to go, who are the most popular, who tests the best, and they're the ones they're going to put together in a team, unfortunately. Because you see the chatter online, everyone's like, oh, well, who's going to play Wolverine? It's like, the X-Men were more than Wolverine before he was introduced, and he wasn't even, like, the funny thing is, he wasn't even that big of a character in the 80s. It was like the 90s when he really started taking off in popularity. And then, I mean, geez, even in the animated series, he was like, I mean, he's an important character, but he's not the driving force of that show, So yeah, I don't know.
Dude, living through that stuff, man. I liked Wolverine. He's probably like my second favorite X-Men, but I still cannot explain or understand why all of a sudden he was fucking everything for the 90s, like as far as Marvel. He was like, they had to put him on the Avengers, and and then it became, the X-Men movies were basically just Wolverine movies. Like, I do not know how, like, 5'2" hairy Canadian guy in a yellow suit.
I've also found it weird because I felt like, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, I felt like when they gave him an origin, they took away some of his mystique, and
but they didn't do that till like the early 2000s.
I know, that's what I'm saying, and he's still consistently one of the most popular characters. But like they said, okay, here's his origin. Here's here he is with bone claws, lost his, and then here's how he lost his memory and all that stuff. And it's just like, oh, okay, here's his real name, James Howlett, instead of just Logan. Yeah, instead of just Logan. It's just like, really?
Well, and the biggest reveal about Wolverine in that origins thing, I mean, it was all big, but up until that point, like, it was rumored, what is Sabretooth's relationship to Wolverine? Is it his father? Like, there was a prevailing thought. Was it his father? But it turns out it's his half-brother.
Yes.
And there's a whole situation there. So you're right. There was a lot of mystique for the character, no pun intended, of the character that went away when they did the origin. But I feel they let it ride long enough. I don't know. I was satisfied with it, to be honest with you.
It's too much interbreeding in the mutant universe. They're all related in some way. I mean,
sure. Listen, I just read something that scientists have found that at one point the Earth only had about 1,400 humans on it. We came from that, so.
We're all related, and if you go back far enough, but but I'm talking about this one's father, this one's cousin, half brother, cloned mother, just all the crazy stuff. So.
You can't explain Cable's origin. He's one of the most popular characters in the X-Men, but I refuse to explain his origin to anybody.
The only one who the only one who doesn't have, you know, in the MCU doesn't have to seem to have some kind of relative that's a hero, or at least popular character doesn't have another character as a hero, is Spidey. You know, he's just poor old Peter Parker. You know, I mean, yeah, in an alternate universe, he has a daughter, Mayday, who becomes Spider Girl, and one of the best runs in comics that I think, because it's Tom DeFalco and Ron Frenz, you know, two of my favorite Spidey collaborators, but that's a whole nother story. So we shall see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where this goes. We'll see what kind of X-Men movie we get. It'll be curious. I think we'll get an idea when they start announcing the cast of like where they're going with it. So
yeah,
but we're probably
that'll be a big reveal. The cast.
We're probably at least a year or so out from that. So yeah, that's it though. That's all the news we got. So let's ask that question that we do in every episode.
What did we learn on the show tonight?
What'd you learn, Don? Or you got any recommendations or whatever? You want to just talk about the X-Men some more?
No, I'm good. Until we get more details on the X-Men. But what I have learned tonight is that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift probably won't adopt the combined name of Trailer, because you could just put trash after it, and they don't want to be called Trailer Trash.
Yeah.
But Quifty? I think Trailer is still the Quifty. Quifty, yeah, maybe. We'll have to see.
Will she take his last name?
Who knows? It's going to be hyphen, I'm sure.
Taylor Kelce.
Yeah, Taylor Kelce.
Interesting. All right. Any recommendations?
No.
Nah.
I haven't even freaking watched Twisted Metal yet.
All right. I learned that that Don really wants to feed that algorithm by bringing up Taylor Swift. I did put her in the description, hoping to feed the algorithm as well. So, you know, because remember there was that rumor she was going to be Dazzler at one point, and
which I would love. That would be great
in the Deadpool Wolverine movie, but that did not happen. So, yeah. So yeah. Recommendations. I got nothing as well. It's a Wednesday show. I'll watch tomorrow, Peacemaker episode 2. Maybe you should do the same, because when we get together again, who knows when that will be?
Probably a
week from today, because Don and I have busy lives this weekend. But hey, you know what?
It's going to be a big show.
No, I will recommend that you follow Superhero Speak on Instagram, because our good friend, who's not here tonight, Kassan asked me to post pictures from the Renaissance Fair, so I will post them on the Superhero Speak Instagram feed while I'm there, so he can see the going on in Eastern Pennsylvania and the craziness that ensues. But until then,
put it on the brand.
Until then, and until next time, as always, thanks for watching. Don't let your cape get caught in the door. See you next time.
If you haven't done so yet, subscribe. It really keeps this podcast alive. Smash the like button if you please. It gives us what we need. Maybe leave a comment or two. It's a really nice thing to do. And what are you waiting for? Visit our merch store. But before you click away, subscribe to our show today.